What's up, YouTube? So me and Mr. Reese here are back in Costa Rica, and this isn't just going to be a farm tour type of trip. We're actually we're here for some tropic farming course at Rancho Masatal. Lots of cool stuff there. We'll probably be vlogging a little bit about the story of the class, what we're doing, but the site we're at now is pretty epic. This is called
the Arc.
The Arc.
And we're in Heredia, which is just outside of San Jose, just up the hill, and let's see what we get.
Yeah, so I don't know if y'all remember from last trip, Paul Zink, probably one of the most epic videos I did. Paul was my guide that brought me here. Him and Dan are kind of with us. They're driving us around. They chauffeured us. They picked us up at the airport. So y'all ready to check this place out? Let's go see it.
We're at the Arc in Santa Barbara de Heredia, and it's what we're doing is making a botanical garden that'll be open to mainly the tourists in the high season, and then we'll do workshops and events and things for the local population during the green season. Okay.
How big's the property?
The property is 20 acres, and it's pretty much all planted. We're saving a little piece up here where we might do some cabins later on for volunteers and that kind of thing.
I'm ready to check this place out.
Okay,
let's see what you got growing on.
Okay, so the ideal here was I used to sell herbs, and I used to sell yuppie food, and so is that I wanted to start showing people that there's lots of options out there from all over the world. And so some of my friends aren't so happy because I bring things in from everywhere. But I try not to bring anything that's going to be really invasive. Okay, this is an example. These are all different passion flowers, but again, it's for food. And actually, the beer and wine that they're making here in the farm uses a lot of these things for the flavors. Then what I did is I have over 100 varieties of fruits, about 400 fruit trees planted, all of them in fairly recent history. I think the oldest ones in these gardens here are probably 5 years old. Okay, and we have from all over the world.
All right, let's see it. These guilds are serious, dude.
We have, these are lychee.
I think it's the first lychee I've seen here in Costa Rica. They're not very common, are they?
No. They produce real good, though. I have one up above that I'd had from seed 20 years ago, and it's produced a lot.
How many years have fruited?
No, it's only fruited for a couple of years now. It took about 20 years because it was from seed. These are all grafted.
Air layers grafted.
Yeah, these are all grafted.
I see the graft. Wow.
These were all from Zeal, I believe. Everybody mentions Zeal, right?
Oh, yeah. That's a big name in Florida, too.
Yeah, right. I understand. For 3 generations. What I showed them, which I thought was interesting, the leaf cutters just ate all the leaves on the bottom of this avocado, and it made it fruit immediately.
Likes that stress, huh?
I like that stress. And so we got sweet carambolas. There's always a lot of little stuff that's mixed in. Like that's the Szechuan pepper from China for Szechuan food. The Tahitian gooseberries. We have some long johns that are fruited right now if you want to eat some.
What? That's a Florida favorite for me. I love these things.
Oh yeah. They don't have much meat, but they sure taste good. Help yourself.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Danny knows.
There you go.
Thank you, sir. Oh, dude, I don't think we've seen you yet. What's your name?
What's up? I'm Daniel.
Daniel, all right. You're like the chauffeur guide this trip, huh?
Fruit collector, coffee producer as well.
Thanks, bro.
See that shirt?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I'm all about the limes today.
Dude, what about this shirt? What do you got growing on over here? Hey, I've seen you before, dude.
Let's go around.
On the last tour. It's the breadfruit man.
So it's that one of the things I'm having to do is because I have all these embankments that I'm trying to find things to cover, and this is a ground cover that I found from the States called dichondra, and so we're growing it on flat beds and then cutting it out and pegging it, sticking it to these, trying to fill all this up. It's a fairly common, well, there's a silver one and the green one. Okay. The silver one doesn't do very well here. So
you guys know I love longans and lychees. Of course, they're all over Florida. Not sure of the variety, but quite delicious. I like them because they're not as sweet.
The carpet.
Yeah, right. You got to clean it up every day, twice a day.
You got an abundance problem here, Tom?
Well, nobody really wants to steal these, so. It's a wax bamboo.
Refreshing and abundant.
Muy.
Oh, what do you think?
Not that sweet as I thought, but very refreshing.
They're really good on a hot day.
Hey,
On a
Paul,
hot day.
You hungry?
Anymore.
So what we've done, we buried all our irrigation lines, and we just have a micro tube come out for every tree, so I don't have to water everything.
That's that fresh trench we're seeing throughout.
Yeah.
This is a fairly new planting then.
Well, the planting's been here, but we just put the irrigation.
You just added irrigation.
We just put it into ground,
Okay.
so we can now mow during this season because we have to mow like twice a week. Cinnamon.
Now, when you say mow, you actually use a mower or you use a weed eaters?
No, we use a mower.
Mower. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Seems a little more efficient to use a mower, in my opinion, too.
Me too.
I come from a lawn background.
Yeah,
so-
right.
all right.
You know, I mean, that's how I made my first job,
Yeah.
right? Mowing grass. So.
He's not the only one that cut grass for a living at first.
Everybody, I think. Yeah.
What is that little surname, Patanga?
Yeah, that's pitanga. And the reason is because they make a beer out of the pitanga and the mulberry. And so I've got to grow a lot of those two because nobody really sells those in the marketplace. And so
Wow.
I've got to be able to produce enough for them.
You're not messing around with the comfrey.
No, the comfrey, I think it's a great, it's really a big help. Is that it keeps clean around the tree. We cut it, leave it in the ground, and that has an enzyme that helps break down the clay.
Have you found a variety that's doing better for you here in the tropics?
Of comfrey?
Yeah.
I don't like. I've used the Russian sometimes, but I really like just the what you would get in the United States.
Bachman something. Okay.
So I just planted a bunch of Hoboticas.
Apotacabo. Wow.
And because again, as I'm doing the restaurant up at the top, so I want things that are going to produce a lot, so I keep the restaurant full.
So the whole idea with the restaurant's pretty as much farm to fork. Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Well, and if we get as many people as we want, we probably won't be able to do all of it, but we'll do a lot of it. There's tamarind,
Nice.
Nispero, Jew plum.
What are you calling the Nispero? The loquat?
The loquat.
Okay, Nispero here. Okay.
Yeah.
Tamarind. Okay.
Jew plum. This is
Dwarf
Caprine,
Amarillo. Nice.
which is the Jamaican cherry for the birds mainly.
Oh, that's the Montinga. Okay.
Yeah. And that's a tarap.
Oh, that's a tarap? Really?
Yeah. And then I planted on this edge. This is a big ravine. And on the edge there, I planted all these fast-growing, tall trees because all the wind comes from that direction. Okay, and so I'm trying to develop a good windbreak to save my flowers.
Yeah.
This one is, I don't know the scientific name.
Poinciana?
Steve Brooks gave it to me, and he brought it from Thailand. It's called stinky bean.
Really?
Yeah, they eat the beans, and they say they're stinky. I think before and after.
Okay.
That's balsa.
The big leaf one? Wow. Looks kind of like a soft tree. Does it handle the wind okay?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. Okay.
As you can see right there, that was a balsa also.
Oh, it's coming back. Okay.
No, it's not even coming back.
Oh, wow.
It killed it.
It broke off. Okay.
We just cut it off, right? So this was the first ones I started with, this terrace here. And these are all acai,
Oh, wow.
which I made a mistake because I understand there should be more shade, and I didn't realize that. Cork,
Wow. Real cork?
real cork, which is an oak.
Remember that was in the nursery.
Yeah. And then these are the Malabar nut from Brazil, and I think it's I think it's actually Pachira Ingus.
Okay.
English.
There's two.
There's 3 or 4, right? Is it? But I'm not sure. They here you go. We got some nuts on the ground.
That's nuts on the ground.
Yes, yeah, valuable seeds. Oh, there's some meat in there.
They're real easy to germinate.
You know, Paul's in there getting the seed.
Of course.
You know,
I have to check his pockets when he leaves.
Let's get the pat down when we're done, huh?
So if y'all want to try one of these, they're pretty good.
Raw? You
I eat it raw. Yeah, you got to take off the
Really?
the shell. It has a little shell on it, and just bite it. It's a real thin shell.
You don't eat them, give them to me.
This is interesting.
I'm just kidding. I'm collecting for you. I'm trying to get out
I've heard about the Boquita aquatica, but you have to boil them for a while.
Well, I've been eating these raw, so I don't think they'll hurt you.
So we'll find out, huh?
We'll find out.
Definitely has a nutty aftertaste.
Yep.
Oh, I like this taste.
Man, I think you're digging it.
It's called.
I can use it for a salad. I should save some seeds though.
From,
yeah, I just planted some of these. They're
So-
supposed to take wet really well. I have a wet site on my.
well, they're from Brazil. Actually, I'm sure they're from Suriname, since the Indians there named it the India Indians.
Wow. That nut was delicious.
This food forest.
That really had a nice aftertaste.
This food forest.
Yeah, pretty much. We're getting there. You know, Aki.
Need a reaction shot of
The aki.
I can't. You know, I've produced Aki here before. None of these have fruited yet, but it didn't do very much. But I didn't really take care of it before either.
That is a plant that likes it here. Mulberry?
Oh, mulberries.
Mulberries.
Yeah.
Go crazy.
Yeah, no, but what we have found is that here we just have to take all the limbs off once a year, prune it all the way back, and then got to wait a month, and then it starts producing.
What is this guy?
This is a Olosapo,
Olasapo. Wow.
and I'll show you some fruit down here.
Okay.
This one doesn't have any on there. This is bay leaf.
Bay leaf? Okay.
That's hard to find around here.
Oh, really?
It
Common in
doesn't-
Florida. Okay.
Yeah.
Bay leaf.
Bay leaf,
That's the second one I've seen in the country.
Really?
Yeah.
Starts easy
Maybe
from cuttings.
and we have all these. These are all Persian limes. I got a lot of Persian limes. I have some.
Wow,
of
what
them.
variety of mulberry is this?
I have no idea, to be honest.
They're huge.
I tried to get. I've got some that I got from seeds that were from Turkey or Iran or one of those places, but they haven't produced yet. All these came from a tree I had 20 years ago, and we just took cuttings, and so they produce real fast.
Wow.
Yeah, we harvest this twice a week. These are pomegranates, right?
Nice.
They're your finger limes or your lemon caviar.
Oh, these ones are huge.
And the silverberry.
Looks amazing.
Paul brought these from Thailand.
A
Really?
few years ago.
Really, Agnes? Yeah, it is. Okay. Huh.
Very good, man. It's like
Wow.
it's a silvery orange fruit that's very astringent until
Yeah.
it's like it's sweet when it's ripe, but when it's not ripe, it's astringent and dries the mouth. But they're very rare. Literature says only found wild in Indonesia, but this was growing in some guy's garden in Thailand, up and over a mango. Kind of grows like a mulberry, but like maybe a couple more meters, but it goes up and then drops down.
It likes shade for us.
Yeah.
Refresco naturalis. Is that what you would use?
I don't know. Maybe someone in the comments could say how they would use it.
Here we have grumichama.
Oh, nice. Gurmichama.
I've got quite a few grumichamas planted.
Caviar limes.
Those things are huge. Some studs.
I think this one's a red one.
Oh, he's got fruits.
Oh, you got
Oh,
It's got tons of fruit.
this just got exciting. Hold on a second here.
Wow. I've not seen this one yet, Tom.
Look at this. He dropped everything. He dropped everything.
I mean,
We're actually,
is going on?
I maybe have 50 or 60 babies from the seeds here.
ooh.
OMG.
I have
Matt, you might need to get in on this.
Can I pick one?
help yourself.
Oh my
Can I pick
goodness.
one?
Have to be black.
I thought Matt was kind of feeling left out there.
Get the biggest one you can.
Fatty like that? Yeah, they smell so good.
Is there
my
actually
gosh.
5 colors? I only have 2.
There's 5 colors.
Wow. 5 different ones. Of course, I had a friend in Australia send me the seeds of the others, and of course the male wouldn't let it in. So
Next time.
next time, be able to get you kilos to take
This is
to
ridiculous.
the markets if you want.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, I stopped selling at the market.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
What a
folks
treat,
really on
huh?
the breadfruit
This
exporters.
is great.
This is kratom
Okay.
from Thailand, which
Yeah.
is the big fight in the United States right now is against the pharmaceuticals.
DA's after it.
Yeah, yeah. So I have 2 of those here. Then there's,
Oh.
this is the Olasapo. And I doubt if any of these are going to be, it's flies, a black fly that's eating them. And none of these are going to be ripe yet. It's an interesting fruit. It's a native to Costa Rica. But very few people know it.
Really?
Yeah. And so when you open it, it looks like the yolk of a hard-boiled egg, but it's super sweet. The consistency's just like the yolk of a hard-boiled egg.
Wow.
But it's super, super sweet. These are abiu, which actually produce quite a bit. There's not any on there right now, but usually the abiu is producing quite a bit.
These are abiu? Oh, nice.
These are the
You can part with
biriba.
Bariba, okay.
And what happened, I had 4 nice ones here, and they actually produced a lot like the first year after I planted them. And then I realized what was happening because they all started doing this. And what happened was I guess we got them from Zeal, is that, but they'd been in a bag too long, and I didn't watch my guys when they planted them, and so the root was all, bound, knotted, and so they planted it, and so it was good the first year, but then it couldn't go anymore. So what I did was I took these out, and planted new ones that I had from my seeds.
Where's the baby?
Yeah, it's lemon, cashew, lili pili.
Lili Pili.
Look, it's flowers.
Oh, nice. Whoa, flowers. Beautiful.
There's not much fruit. Downtown San Jose is full of it. Calamondine.
Calamondin.
Rambutan.
Wow.
Rose apple. Zapotes.
May holding fruit, huh?
It takes 24 months, I understand.
For them to ripen, right? Yeah.
And then we got jackfruit.
You know the pruning style that Pete over in
Peter?
Peter, yeah, Peter Kring. He says to prune all the jackfruits at between 3 and 4 meters. Give it a haircut, and then from your nose down, prune all the branches of jackfruit, and so that it'll force it to flower right here, and so you can walk by and smell the fruit, see if it's ripe or not, and when to pick it. And they can't produce at the top because it'll break the branch, and so basically all the fruit's kind of going to be reachable. And so yeah, for all these branches right here, basically, well, maybe wait till this one harvests, but I would probably prune maybe from here down, or maybe from here down.
Yeah, I cut one. I had one up at the top, and I cut it just to see, because I'd heard that would force it to fruit better, and it did. It pushed it to fruit. This is durian.
Durian, nice.
From seed? Wow. Looks like it.
I think so, yeah.
What are we stepping into here?
This is the sacred garden.
Okay.
And it's everything that affects one's mind or body. The first ones here are lucid dreaming.
Okay.
Okay, so more active in your dreams. This is just a mugwort, valerian. These 2 are big. This one is dream plant, which is from Mexico or Central America. And this one's from Africa. And then we have coffees, different kinds of coffee. This is it's Phalaris aquatica, and it's I think a very difficult one to process, but it's DMT.
Wow.
Here are the tobaccos, different kinds of tobacco.
Wow. I think not too often I see tobacco.
Yeah, right. Got to go to North Carolina.
Yeah.
The wind got my cacao. Replant
chocolate. Okay.
Here you have the Brugmansia. This one's from India.
How do you say that one again?
Natura. It's no, it's
Nightshade.
this is This is the Tilo, which here they sell in the supermarkets as a tea to help you sleep, as a calmative, but it's also one of the admixtures that you can mix with the ayahuasca, with the Banisteriopsis. Then we have Khat from the Middle East. This is from Yemen and Somalia, Ethiopia, Djibouti. All those, they sit around chewing the leaf all day.
Really?
In England, there's a bunch of Somalis, and the women want to make it illegal, and they say their husbands and their sons sit around the coffee shops chewing cod all day. Is the reason they want it illegal. And then the other side, we have the other leaf that's chewed. This is the coca. This is another form of the tilo. Or two forms of one.
I think that's more common, right?
Oh, you have two different varieties of it.
Yeah, two different varieties, yeah. And this is Artemisia absinthium to make the absinthe. You know,
wow.
All the artists sat around in Paris in 1900 drinking this, and it's alcoholic, but it has a mild hallucinogenic effect in the fact that it distorts your color vision. And so that's why the Impressionists all paint it the way they do. Salvia divinorum. And I've talked to a lot of young people that have tried it, and they said once was too much.
Really? It's powerful.
It's very powerful.
Really?
15 minutes out of body.
Whoa. What, do they smoke it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And, so, and every one of them said they'd never do it again.
All right.
Guarana from the Amazon. The Guarana is the much higher caffeine content than coffee by a huge amount. This is wild lettuce.
On the ground here, right?
Which it has opium in it. A very mild, very small amount, but it's got that latex.
Interesting.
Here, this is a marigold from Mexico, Tahiti lucida, and the Aztecs used to smoke this one.
Really?
I don't like the taste. I like it in cooking.
It's for one of the beers, maybe.
Yeah, she is. She's making it for one of the wines. We use it all the time because I introduced it to the United States as Spanish tarragon.
Yeah.
French tarragon's impossible to grow. And this one is a weed. It looks, smells, and tastes much stronger than the French. And so that's why and we exported it for years. And even after I stopped, everybody else kept on exporting it to the States. And then one day, the USDA says, well, this is not tarragon. And so they said, you can't bring it in anymore. Everybody bitched so much that 30 days later, they said, okay, you can bring it in. This is the sun opener. And that is another DMT. And it's such a pretty plant.
It is beautiful.
I have no idea how you process it, but it's
a Amelia.
And these were my attempts. The back one is hemlock, which is what Socrates used to commit suicide, and which is a very painful way to commit suicide. I have no idea why Socrates, a smart guy, would do that.
Wow.
And then the front here is henbane. And it's another one that they use in all the mysteries to kill people because it's hard to detect. This is the Olaquique, the Mexican morning glory, which is, I've got like 3 different kinds of morning glories here. 4 actually. Okay. This is Syrian rue, which is looking pretty bad, but it'll come back. It's pretty hard to kill. And Syrian rue is the seed they use, and that's pure DMT. Wow. This is more of the kratom. Wow. And there are poppies, but they're not going to make it through the rainy season. This is white sage. And this is, I just planted these. These are tea.
Green tea.
Green tea. Black tea. White tea.
Yeah, all the teas.
All the teas. San Pedro. San Pedro equivalents.
That's how you nicely school me.
Here we have clove, which I probably will not make it. I've tried several times, but in Indonesia, 50% of all the cloves in the world are sold in Indonesia in cigarettes. And dentists give it to you if you got a toothache and can't get to a dentist. You chew on a clove and it kills the pain. It deadens as an anesthetic. Is that, and so that's the reason I put this one here. Is
that a human tropics plant?
As far as I know, it mainly comes from Zanzibar, and it's tropical. I think most of it comes from Zanzibar or Indonesia.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've seen Stephen Brooks has a really happy one about 5 meters from the ocean.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's growing amazing. Like salt spray. Just as a couple.
So that's what it really likes. It
It's
likes
pretty happy.
So this is a weed that grows up here on the San Juan River.
Spiky. I'm always weeding that out of my garden.
Well, it's DMT also.
It's the flowering
Night blooming jasmine.
What do they use that for?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Okay.
It's such a great plant to have at night. I used to have it outside my bedroom because it's only between 8 and 10 at night, right, that it flowers. And so here is the wild daga, the lion's tail from Africa, which is now everywhere in the tropics, which is a marijuana substitute. But it's really, the leaves are way too harsh. But the flowers, when they don't really produce big flowers here. In Peru, I saw just fields of orange in flower, and they are actually pretty good. And here we have the Hawaiian baby wood rose, which is another morning glory. And then we have, this is, the palm is betel nut
Okay.
from India.
Oh wow. Where? This one right here, betel nut.
Yeah.
And
You
you
know,
have the Piperaceae plant goes
I
with
don't
it?
have the beetle that goes with it. The
Got it.
beetle is actually the piper,
Yeah.
and it's the leaf they use. And I don't have that, but I'm trying to get it.
Cool.
But that's the nut in India that everybody used to chew, and their mouth would turn red, and then
See the
all the
Thailand,
walls
yeah,
were
yeah.
white, were red. Right. These are then this is the ayahuasca.